Irish special stage rallying, there's the raging controversy over the question of illegal practice. Pace notes, they call them, and why the governing body of the sport, the RIAC, has banned so positively such activities, which are the norm in Europe. This is a special rally stage, a closed public road over which the competing cars race against time. This stage is normally unpracticed by the driver, and the Uniroyal Cork 20 International Rally has many such stages. Like, for instance, the old Mallow Road near Jordan's Bridge, now a route for loaded beet lorries. 30 minutes later, the road is closed to the public for a limited period, and the rally cars go roaring along it.
Well, I'd do every event in Ireland if there was pace notes, you know, because I think it puts everyone on an even footing. You can go out and make your notes, and if you have a problem or if you go off the road as I did in the Manx, well, it's purely driver error.
No, I think the speed of Irish rallying at the moment, the cars are going so fast, I think pace notes will definitely have to come in.
There's a lot of controversy about it. You would come down on the side of pace notes then?
I would indeed, most definitely, yes.
Do you think that the authority here will have to rethink the whole matter?
Well, I think if they policed it properly and it was done properly, I don't think there'd be any problem.
It's good fun doing a blind rally, but there again, the local people have got the advantage, so there's for and against. You know, it's a lot cheaper without having pace notes, because sort of you can come on the day before the rally and then get on with the rally. With pace notes, you have to come about 3 days, so it pushes the expense up really. But I think I do prefer pace notes.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of talk about pace notes and people looking at stages, looking at practice, and you just don't know how much to believe and how much is people talking. For my part, I don't believe in looking at roads that are non-practice roads, and you know, I wouldn't get any satisfaction out of winning a rally by an unfair means.
If you look at the success story of the Ulster Rally, they allowed pace notes 2 years ago. And as soon as they allowed pace notes, the rally has gone from strength to strength to strength, because you encourage overseas drivers, world-class drivers. Whereas here, they're not inclined to come, and they won't come. They say the local guy has the local knowledge, so why the hell should they put their neck on the chopping block? So obviously, pace notes of some description must be allowed eventually, for safety factors and for a decent event. You can't stop guys going looking, and it's unfair.
I prefer to be doing a pace note event, a practice event. You know, I'm a bit concerned about the speeds now and these Group B cars and doing blind events, but the position I'm in the Tarmac Championship really forces me to do this event and probably the Killarney Lakes Rally as well. We're going to try and take it fairly steady and get to the finish and see what points we can pick up, really, you know.
Well, certainly this year you have Bertie Fisher in the Manta, and he'll really be trying it on. Following him is Austin McHale, who was leading it last year when he fell out and was going quicker than I was going, in fact. Whether it proved right or wrong afterwards, it's there to be seen. You have Brendan Fagan, who was very quick all the season and had a lot of bad luck, so maybe he should have some good luck this year. And then Richie Healy, who's really, I think, should be the man to watch.
You know, I'm up against locals with local knowledge, so where they're going to keep it in, we're going to be backing off. But there again, we hope to make it up on, you know, a few more places, possibly.
Sure guts.
Yeah, that's what you need.
You know, it means quite a bit in publicity terms to GM Dealer Sport, and obviously I would like to win the title. I've finished second in the Tarmac Championship a few times, and you know, it would be nice to win a championship. It's still a very good event. You know, with so many rounds of the British Open Championship forming part of the Tarmac Championship, it makes for quite a bit of competition.
So, with the pace note topic in the air, this blind or secret rally sets off from Cork City Hall, led by last year's winner Demi Fitzgerald in a Chevette HSR. The All Cork crew is completed by co-driver Leo White. Bertie Fisher for Fermanagh is next in the GM Dealer Sport Manta, with Austin Fraser in the hot seat. Austin McHale and Christy Farrell slot in at 3 with the NDT Chevette, a hot combination but yet to win an international rally. Richie Healy is the leading Ford Escort driver. The Dubliner is assisted by Mallow's Vincent Meath. So every 30 seconds the cars, all 75 of them, trickle away from Cork City as the wet morning gives way to brighter skies. Today there are 9 stages near Mallow, and Demi Fitzgerald is the first through on stage 1. Then comes Bertie Fisher and the Opel third overall. He's 6 seconds down on Austin McHale's white Chevette. Brendan Fagan is second, slower than the Fitzgerald Vauxhall, and Richie Healy is fourth. His Escort is a little off the pace, and the visitor Ian Tilk in the Silkaleen Escort is as low as 10th. Gone is the morning rain, the crowds bunched at every vantage point, wait to see their favourite crew go screaming by. Then it's off to the next stage. After 3 hectic stages, Bertie Fisher leads in the Manta from the local man and last year's winner Demi Fitzgerald. Then it's Healy, Fagan, and at 5th, Austin McHale.
Gone okay so far this morning. The first 2 stages, no problems. Exhaust broke on the last one. We were leading the event up to that, and we dropped about 40 seconds now. But with a bit of luck, we probably might have any more problems.
These stages you have never done before, have you?
No, we've never done these stages before. They're all new. They're very dirty. You know, they're very deceitful stages, but we're going over them now for the 2nd time, and we'll have a better idea of where we're going.
Would you prefer to have done recce on them? Are you a person who likes wrecking rallies?
No, I don't like recce in rallies, provided that the stages are kept secret and no other competitors are allowed to recce either.
By the time they reach Nagels Mountain Stage 6, it's obvious that the pace is really hotting up, and although first on the road, Fitzgerald is losing time. Bertie Fisher has the lead, and he intends holding it. Richie Healy is driving well within his limits and within the top 4 on each test. Brendan Fagan is next through, using the loud pedal to advantage. But Austin McHale in the NDT Vauxhall is the quickest of them all and delightful to watch. And so next to Stage 7 near Ballyhillogue, a short step from Mallow, the gaily coloured cars continue to do battle. Before an overnight rest back in Cork City, there is an all-important service check. Those 9 stages have taken a light toll. Tomorrow is decision day.
Well, I'm just checking times at the moment here. Going into that last stage, we were 11 seconds in front of Austin McHale. Now, I haven't got his time for the stage. I'm just totalling up here, but it's bound to be very close.
Yeah, what sort of an event is it so far?
It's been very good. With 3 stages done 3 times, you get to know the stage a little bit better each time, and our times each time round are that much quicker. And low in the second stage, each time we do it, Austin seems to have a thing about that stage because he's taken a lot of time off us each time on that stage, and yet on the other ones, our times are very, very close.
Were you making any notes on the first and second time around?
No.
Using map around like that?
No, you're not allowed to make notes or use notes. So we were strictly going by the rules. What we were trying to do, trying to memorise the type of roads and sections of road, if corners tightened or if it didn't tighten, and that gave us an idea the next time round that you know, I could say to Bertie the next section of road there's nothing too bad on it, and then he would give him a bit more confidence on it.
Stages have been quite slippery. Really, every time around, some patches have been very slippery. But we've been going a lot quicker the second time round, and then quicker again on the third time round. So. You know, we're quite happy.
There's a chance of a little bit of rain tomorrow. Would you like that?
Well, I don't know. I think, you know, if the stages are clean, rain doesn't really matter. But it's whenever the stages have a lot of muck on the sides, then the rain makes it very slippery and corners come up very quick.
See, this is beat country down here. You realise that? And there's a lot of clay on the roads because of they're drawing out the beat at this time of the year.
That's right.
So if it rains, you're going to have a lot of muck, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Primarily, we are more interested in finishing second on this event in order to gain championship points. That would then put us into the lead in the Tarmac Championship. And I think we would tend to settle for that rather than go out and have a race with Austin tomorrow.
3 stages ago, I had a back axle problem and I struggled through the last 2 stages. And I've lost a lot of time, but we're trying to change an axle now. Well, I could have dropped actually down to 4th or 5th place as a result of the axle. It's a big rally tomorrow. There's another 9 stages tomorrow, long stages. So this is important that I get the axle changed.
Richie, you're in the garage business. I mean, a back axle change on my car in your garage would take how long?
Approximately about 4 to 5 hours.
Right, here you're going to do it in a long?
About 35 minutes, I hope.
Well, that's real productivity for you. This break is also vital to Demi Fitzgerald, who's also having to change a back axle. Across the road, Austin McHale's crew are going over their charge with a fine-toothed comb. Tomorrow there is a vital leg.
Yeah, we're happy enough. We're going fairly well. We dropped about a minute this morning, so I think we're Bertie back down now to someplace around 22 seconds. So he's first on the road in the morning, and that suits us. We were running behind him.
You don't want to be first out in the morning, isn't that right?
No, it's not particularly I don't want to be first out, but whoever runs first on the road usually finds the bad spots first, so he's a better chance of going off than me or making a mistake than me then.
I know it's a very difficult thing to ask a driver at this stage of the rally, but how confident do you feel? I mean, you're a guy who wants to win that first international. Could this be it?
Yeah, I'd like to win this event. We should have won it last year already. We had mechanical problems when we went off. We broke a ball joint in the car. But yeah, we'd like to win it this year. So we'll do our best to try and win it.
It'd do yourself a lot of good to win an international, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, an international, you know, I've won nearly everything else that there is to win, but an international is a big advantage, yeah.
Okay, I see you have a number of helpers here. Is that one of your mechanics there?
That's one of the mechanics, actually. That's the youngest there.
And
that's the other fella there as well.
Yeah. Okay, did they all travel around with you all the time?
Yeah, I got very good support.
I would rather pace notes. It's very safe with pace notes, you know. And the pace has gone so quick now up at the front, you know, that if you don't get off the mark at the start, you're really in trouble, you know, and that's been what's happening to us today. We're starting to go all right now, you know, but in the morning we're going very, very bad, you know. Everybody else seemed to go way out of the proportion, you know.
People just go so fast when there's pace notes that, I mean, it can be frightening. I mean, I like to go out and enjoy the event, and I like to finish the event, and I don't like to feel that I've got to drive beyond my limit to keep with everybody else, which is what one would have to do if you weren't really skilled at the pace notes.
Well, it's so long since I did an event. I've only done 2 rallies this year, and I haven't driven the Chevette since the circuit, so I was trying to get used to it again.
But Austin and Bertie were really going to abound from the start, weren't they?
They're going very quickly. I don't know where they're getting all the speed from.
You say that with a certain amount of suspicion, or do you
say
no?
No, I do not. No. I think if you go over the stage 2 or 3 times, you get to learn the the quick bits and the slow bits, so it's easier to go quicker. But I'm just getting back into tune again. I think I've gone quick in the last couple of stages.
I'm very much surprised to see all the top runners still running with the weather conditions that they were this morning. And I think the only redeeming fact is that the weather was clement and it didn't rain and all the muck got away. So all the other guys, including myself, got away with it as well. So pace is great. Tomorrow you're on Muckra Moor, which is the top of the mountain. And if there's any low cloud or that scene, you won't just be able to see. So it's a different ballpark. You're on narrow boreens tomorrow.
Conditions on Sunday are terrible. The crowds are now huddled together in the rain. The first stage is cancelled and the rate of attrition rises, with the rally leader Bertie Fisher among the dropouts. So by stage 14, the rally has changed drastically. Fagan, Philk and Bonner have joined Bertie Fisher in retirement.
We're leading the event now again for the second time. Richie Healy is second. I think he's about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes behind us. Who's third? Derek Fitzgerald is third, I think. Half a minute behind him.
This morning the conditions were terrible, weren't they? The first stage was cancelled. Tell us what happened down there.
Well, it started to rain. There was a hold up in the start of the first stage and everybody was on slicks. It started to rain, so in the interest of everybody's safety, they decided to cancel the stage. So they come back on in with phenomenal towers.
So then the next thing, Bertie Fisher had a problem. What happened then?
We took, I think it was 5 seconds or 6 seconds off Bertie on the next stage. And the following stage after that, then he went off.
So that was
it?
So
he's out of the event now anyway.
Austin McHale has now only to pace himself to the end. Up on top of Musheramoor, conditions are atrocious, but the show must go on and on. The drivers and co-drivers live with the challenge of it all. The crowds are still prepared to follow the circus, the lions and tigers, even the clowns.
The results so far: Austin McHale first, Richie Healy second, Demi Fitzgerald third, and Frank O'Mahony fourth. And the first car is about to leave the start line, so please cooperate, lads, or else we'll be in fierce trouble.
Soon it's all over bar the celebrations. McHale the victor follows the vanquished Fitzgerald off the final stage. The Uniroyal Cork 20 has a new champion. The pace note controversy will go on long after this event. Austin McHale won it perhaps for his kind of rallying, no pace notes. But where were the stars from abroad? With pace notes, there was a better chance of having them. There are, of course, arguments for and against, but most of the drivers want them for the sake of equity, if not for the sake of their sport. For Austin McHale, it's now only a case of driving to the Champagne in Cork City, and so to his first international win. But the marshals' work continues. They counted them all out in the morning, and now at dusk, only some of them are counted back in again. Like Richie Healy, he's second overall, over a minute behind Austin McHale, and 18 seconds up in Cork's Demi Fitzgerald. Frank O'Mahony in the Colster Escort takes fourth on his 13th attempt to finish the Cork 20. Ken Lyons, Frank Fennell, Sam Hawkins and Winston Henry are next on the leaderboard. This rally has a record of toughness, so no wonder the survivors smile and look happy as they check into the finish control in Cork City. The non-destructive testing Vauxhall in the hands of Austin McHale and Christy Farr takes the top award. Both are well deserving of the honour. For McHale from Rathcoole, Dublin, the bad luck occurrences are now a thing of the past. There was the frustration of Donegal in June that slipped between the cup and lip. And last year here in Cork, Austin McHale should have won. Austin, you've eventually done it. Well, you've done it. You've won the international rally you've been looking for. How long have you been at the game altogether?
I was rallying competitively, I'd say about 3 years. But I've been rallying altogether for approximately 6-7 years.
But you've been knocking on the door, haven't you? Really, since you finished third in the Mintex.
Well, actually, we should have won this event last year. We had a 2-minute lead here last year with about 4 stages to go, and the front ball joint broke in the car, and we went off. We were unfortunate to win. We should have won Donegal. Same way, you know, unfortunately we didn't, but we made up for it this weekend. Well, it's very hard to remember really, but I suppose I started the times around the time that Billy Coleman was competitive. We went to a couple of events and just more or less took it from there. Bought a car, started doing events, and eventually worked up to get a Group 4 car and get competitive.